tried to warn you with logic in part, basic science and truth says we are breaking apart. Our balance has toppled one state of the art. Now we spread like a virus, and very soon we all will depart. Unbury your heart, baby, just unbury your heart. Hurry, dear, and unbury your heart. I can feel this in my heart. Factors irrefutable, painfully show we've gone off the charts, all simply computable. So how are you still in the dark? Unbury your heart, baby, just unbury your heart. Hurry, dear, and unbury your heart. I can feel this in my heart. In my heart. In my heart. In my heart. Tried to warn you. Tried to warn you. Tried to warn you, but you can't hear me. I've tried to warn you. I've tried to warn you. I've tried to warn you, but you can't hear me. I've tried to warn you. I've tried to warn you. I've tried to warn you, but you won't hear me. Unbury your heart, baby, just unbury your heart. Hurry, dear, and unbury your heart. I can feel this in my heart. I can feel this in my heart. Can't you feel it in your heart? So why are you still in the dark? Oh, unbury your heart. Can't you feel it in your heart? Awake from the dark. Unbury your heart. Unbury your heart. I can feel this in my heart. Can't you feel this in your heart? Awake from the dark. Unbury your heart. Unbury your heart. I can feel this. I can feel this. I can feel this burning in my heart. I've tried to warn you with logic in part, basic science and truth says we are breaking.
Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Agasicles Samus, aka Game Logic, from the Rounding Off Infinity Gaming channel on YouTube and the E2KG Network podcasting channel on YouTube. Back with another episode of the Replication Anecdotes. This is episode number 426, featuring a little Shweddy play in F1 2019, the instant classic from Codemasters, their second blockbuster release of the year. And this game is hard work. So we're going to be getting started in round 2 of the FIA Formula 1 2019 World Championship, heading over to the sweltering desert plains of Bahrain. After I placed 12th last night in the Australian Grand Prix, which was which I was quite happy about, because I kind of got my lunch handed to me in Formula 2, which constitutes the startup or introductory rounds in the game. Flight time tonight is maybe an hour and 20 minutes or so. I'm going to wind up breaking the stream. I've got a stream team meeting at about 8 o'clock. So I'm going to bounce off to attend that via Discord, and then I will be back with a later stream thereafter. This is session 3 of a 4-part arc. I'll be playing F1 2019, and so as early as tomorrow, because I'll do session 4 tonight, as early as tomorrow, I will be staying on Xbox One, but switching over to Trials Rising, the late February release from Ubisoft, which I played a little bit earlier this year. Kind of the same thing, had a little herky-jerky startup with that, trying to figure out exactly how you play that game in terms of the career progression model. Okay, so as of right now, I am that's weird. That looks like it's pulling that data from the cloud. It seems like that rivalry status isn't on board, so that's interesting. I am still trying to figure out how there's supposed to be a way for you to select someone else as an additional rivalry. I'm not sure exactly how you do that. We shouldn't have to do a ton of pre-flight checks today. I left all of the audio dials or audio sliders on the Go XLR mixer in the same place as I left off last night. So the audio mix balance should be pretty good. I do want to verify that we do have voiceover commentary coming out in the live stream, and I'll do that here shortly. Hopefully, in fact, I'm going to do that now, just to make sure that I haven't been talking this whole time to no one while the mic is muted or something. Once again, I've been playing this series for the last several years, and I've played each year's version. This is the best version that I've played to date, and this is the first time that I've played it on Xbox One. I've been playing it on PC. Let me go ahead and get those voiceover commentary audio checks done, and we'll be getting started here pretty shortly. Okay, so it seems like we are good to go with audio coming out in the live stream, both in-game and voiceover, so respect. Let's log into the workstation here and see where we are.
To be handed by the press.
Oh, that's
Emails,
right.
like the one I've just sent you, will give you an insight on how your Formula 2.
Oh, that's interesting. So I cycled through all these last
night,
night,
check your
and
emails regularly, as I'll be sure to send you any of the more.
It is acting like
press transcripts that come my way. Looks like one of your rivals is also going to an upcoming historical event. If you choose to take him on, it might help get.
Oh, including it didn't. That's weird. So I advanced this last night, and it didn't take. That increases the quality control in the wind tunnels, so it makes the testing more effective for managing downforce on on the front and rear high wing. So new follower CJ Seaton pointed out to me last night that I had followers only chat on, and I've probably had it on for the last month. So huge thanks to him for clearing that up. I fear that a number of people have stopped by the stream and were thinking about checking it out, and then turned away when they realized that they couldn't participate in chat, and thought probably I was just being a jerk. It was not intentional. It's a good bit of misfortune that I feel like I have an additional month of rework to do. So we'll look to do some chassis work here. Chassis factory quality control. That's a 500 point RP upgrade, so that's what I will focus on getting. Still waiting on the durability R&D to be done. Mechanical components look okay, not too much wear and tear. No points on the board for Toro Rosso. I went up 2 positions out of the points last time. But I was very happy with the results. I mean, I placed ahead of Perez, who had one of the highest qualifying times. Kubica, who's one of the key veterans in Formula 1 right now, beat several of the other Formula 2 drivers that came over, as well as Kimi Räikkönen, who once was a contender for the championship. And, of course, my teammate, which is the first key person that you need to knock off. Okay, so we go from Bahrain to Shanghai. Shanghai has some long straights, if I remember correctly. Now, what I don't know is if I'm going to do these exhibition events. So I'm not going to do the first one. I'm going to do... Russia 2006 Renault R26. So this is actually kind of realistic of the Formula 1 season. The drivers often participate in alternate series events, sometimes just exhibitions. Some of them race in past years, have actually raced in the World Rally Racing Championship off and on. Or been a relay driver for long-distance endurance races.
Hello again, and thank you for joining us today for one of the few events this year that won't have a critical impact on the World Championship. So maybe we can all relax just a little bit more and enjoy the action from this wonderful field of historic cars.
So that's weird. Pascal finished in first place. Your opponents are in slower cars, but they each have a head start. Overtake them all before completing the allocated laps. I've got 3 laps to do it. At the Sochi Autodrome, where the Olympics were once held. I think this will be... Oh, no, this is... I don't know that I've... just wailing away on the engine. I didn't see anything about track conditions. Oh, easy, easy, easy. Tires are cold. Here we go. Well, we'll see if the fact that they are in slower vehicles makes any difference. Of course, this is the first event of the day for me after... Oh! Here we go, here we go, here we go! Go on, go on! At him! So I don't know if things are necessarily going to turn out well. I was white knuckle last night through some of those laps in the Australian Grand Prix. My left hand was actually sore from gripping the controller so hard. So one thing that looks to be true. Oh! I mean, yeah, I just don't know the track. So when he pulled up hard like that, I was like, ah, what's going on? Slight bit of elevation change there on that corner. No wing damage though, so that's excellent. Gotta watch the corner cutting. It's two things that I've struggled with here. And that's just lap 1. So with 2 laps to go, I only have one guy to beat. No, I have 2. Because I've been really bad about cutting corners. Oversteering coming out of the corner and throwing the car into the wall just enough to damage the front wing. So I'm very pleased that that has not happened yet. Tire wear is also not bad right now. Part of the problem. I often come down on the inside of the normal racing line. Just a slight, no, get off, get off, get off. Slight quirk to my particular driving style. That's always been the case, and it's actually why a lot of the times I don't drive with the racing line on, because I find it distracting. A little bit of trail braking. I'm trying to get that. So that's right where I've been throwing the car over into the wall. And a place where I have typically been cutting corners. I gotta get this guy. We're now on the final lap. Game is definitely making me consider whether I potentially don't wait for the Xbox Elite Controller 2 to come out in November, I think it is. But it's also got me considering, should I go ahead and invest in wheel and pedals for the Xbox One, which I've been putting it off and putting it off for years. I do have wheel and pedals for PC. Now, if that was him turning into me, it was definitely on the inside of the turn. Now, I think the only thing that this will really get you is an additional press interview opportunity to kind of change the vector of your reputation within Formula One. And with the press, which could affect other teams that are scouting you. So now this is the old R26 that, which would have been the car that Fernando Alonso would have driven for his initial World Championship when he was still with Renault. We put that away handily. I do hope that it also does reward me some resource points that I can apply towards career progression. So we see there that that does increase my reputation. I wonder if I had done that other event against my teammate, if that would have impacted our rivalry and allowed me to gain some points there. So I've been struggling with my Xbox One here over the last couple of days. The advent of Xbox Game Pass and getting this game has finally driven me to the point where I actually have to manage my storage. And I need to take a look at it because I don't understand why. I have like 500 gigs left on the internal drive, and I don't understand why when I go to download a game or even get an update, it'll cancel it and say, you know, hey, we need to install Scrunch.
Continuing development of the car.
But
if you need to, you can choose to simulate the session instead.
There's only space
it won't
left
be as
on
effective as
your
having you behind the wheel directly, but it's better than
internal
missing the
drive,
session
and it's
entirely.
like, you know, press to go ahead and force the install or, you know, clear out space or whatever. And I'm like, no, just, if I have space left, I don't care where it is, go ahead and do the install. So I don't really understand why it's configured that way. And it may be that I need to go in and redesignate which storage device, which target storage is my primary. And now that the external drive is full, I may need to just tell it to make the internal drive the primary. Okay. So we've got 6, 5, and 2 on tires again. Okay, good. And now we've got the increased durability done on the car. Okay, so we're dry all weekend, but it is night. So I don't know if it is going to be hot or cold. I don't think I got any RP for participating in that event. So I'm not really sure. Okay, that does expand my durability tree now. Whoa, whoa, whoa. One thing I have to do is, during the entire race last time, they were asking me to change the settings. For the battery power saving system or whatever. I could just never figure out how to get that done. It does require dorking with the multifunction display in the lower right hand corner with the B button, and I'm just like, dude, I'm barely like keeping this car on the track. Like, please do not give me any like
Practice
advanced
is just about to
flipping,
get underway here at the Bahrain International Circuit.
like
This
in
track
flight,
boasts plenty
like
of opportunities for
configuration
overtakes,
changes
so
to
it's
make on the
up to
vehicle.
drivers to make use of the time to get comfortable with the track conditions. That's if they want to capitalize on those opportunities later.
It's interesting to me that the practice sessions
An opportunity
and whatnot
here
are
then
during
for
the
drivers
day.
to learn the track and learn the car. And of
Even
course,
if it's a
work out
nighttime
all the little
race.
kinks that show up when the teams put these cars together at the circuit. Anthony Davidson, this is all very familiar to you, of course, so why don't you give us an idea as to what the drivers will be getting up to in these sessions?
I'd say the first responsibility.
Hopefully things will hold together tonight. I did have a
gathering data
brief
for
internet
correlation purposes, which
outage
allows the engineers to match
one night
real-life
this week
data
during live
against
streaming.
the simulation. Secondly, the driver then needs to dial themselves into a circuit that they may not have driven around for a full year, which is a fact that's often overlooked. And then you finally
Lewis
focus
Hamilton.
on the details of car setup and the tyre wear. It's critical to have a good relationship with your engineer here so they can make the right adjustments at the right time to the car that ultimately bring out the performance you're
So
looking for.
McLaren sporting the orange this season.
I've had a chat with Carl about the new parts and we're happy that they've been integrated into the car okay. With any luck, you'll be able to feel the improvement, so give them a try.
Ooh, boy. So let's see. So there are a few things that I have learned now that I need to... No. So I'm actually going to drive, the ERS management program first. I'm not going to work with the
I
tire
know it's
select.
tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program. Try to run it before the end
Let's
of
go with the
FP3 if you can.
increased downforce preset. So it'll increase my cornering, but it'll lessen my top speed. Let's go look at the track. Man, there's some long straightaways on here. It's actually less curvy. But let's run with that setup just for this first one. Power unit and gearbox are fine.
We'll make the changes you requested.
Oh no, let's not skip. Let's go ahead and get out on the track. And I've just been doing a flying lap because I just don't really see what driving out of the paddock really does for me. Looks like you've got the slicks on. I didn't really check to see. Why am I in position 15 when my standing is 12? Okay, coming onto the front straight here. Oh, we're actually on the hard tires now, which might be due to the heat. That's a particularly slow corner. Really got to get better about using DRS when it does become available. Sometimes bad about listening, catching that audio cue. I don't know what the freaking track is doing here. Ooh, oh no. This track is a lot tougher than it looks. It's catching me off guard here on a couple points. Oh, that's right, it's got this crack back turn. It's greater than 120 degrees. So it's really feeling like, with the way the car is tuned right now. Oh, no, don't you. Oh. Yeah, I'm learning to sometimes take the slide in a way that I would prefer not to, just in order to conserve. Am I driving the ERS program? So I don't understand. Yeah, I failed to read the documentation on the practice program, so I don't know. Objective complete.
That last lap moves you up to P2.
There's no need for us to be getting into each other on a practice lap, Norris. Don't be a jackalope. So unfortunately, race director let me get away with that. So I'm a little bothered by the fact that I have the increased downforce tuning set up. I'm still having a really hard problem negotiating some of these turns. Now the car is particularly quick on this track exiting the turns, and so I'm going to have to make an adjustment for how I'm reading the racing lines. Oh, I got fastest lap.
You're now currently the fastest in this session so far.
I do have to figure out cornering though on this track. Not really nailing those. Now, if I'm not mistaken, there should be, I want to believe that every track has 3 DRS zones. Starting to be able to put down a little more power on the track now. If you don't hit the exit for some of these corners, like, it really impacts your ability to start putting power back down. Right, because you're pointing the wrong direction. So you can't just wail away on the throttle. Pretty happy with myself though. I definitely have not had the fastest lap time going at any point during any of the sessions for that first race weekend in Australia. Alright, we're up in Sector 2. So that's good. It felt a little faster. Might be up in Sector 3 also. There's DRS. Still clocking the fastest lap. There we go. I feel like the increased downforce is also, when I am pointed in the right direction, is letting me get on the throttle a lot harder. Because you've got some aerodynamic resistance that keeps...
Okay, just want to remind you to keep an eye on your tyre temperatures, which you can do on the temperature panel of the MFD.
No?
We monitor carcass temperature and surface temperature, and you'll get the best performance when they're both inside a normal operating window. Surface temps tend to fluctuate faster, so try a few laps with the data open and get a feel for how to control them.
I think these guys have a much higher opinion of my cognitive data processing capability. Like, all I'm going to do is see the tire temperature. I'm not going to be able to think about what I need to do to manage it. Particularly given Vettel just beat my lap time. He did only beat it by 2 seconds though, so it may not be that bad. Consistent. So now I'm not clocking the best lap time, right? What I don't know, what I haven't heard, is I haven't heard that they've gotten enough telemetry data. So everybody's on the hards, there everybody else is like, oh! Yeah, I just took it across the curb because I was way over speeding, and I was like, well, I might catch some debris going across the curb, but at least I won't wind up in the wall. Not figured out how to take this corner at all. Vettel's still in the 140s. So no. Yeah, we're gonna walk that back. Yes, let's do the flashback. Yeah, I'm definitely starting to change my opinion on my normal modus, which is just to not use flashbacks and rewinds, just because this game requires so much precision that it's just... And it takes so long, right, to get through a full weekend of a race, that, like, I feel like it's just not worth it to not use... Okay, so I'm only over... Well, if I would stop overshooting, because I'm getting distracted by looking at all the telemetry. Okay, so it's good to know that the DRS activate and deactivate indicator does present when the telemetry MFD is open. I had a feeling in the first race like it wasn't, and I wasn't absolutely certain. Ugh. Ugly. Ugly! DRS, go! Trying to get my trail braking down. I still haven't quite got it. No, it's car sliding. Good.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
So I am still holding down the second best lap time so far, even though Vettel's been doing better. I'm probably off. Way off this time, though. Yeah, 3 seconds over. Let's try and clean this lap up and get one good remaining practice lap down. Try and take everything into account that I've learned from the reconnaissance lap so far. DRS, go! So we're clocking fine so far through the first sector. I am braking too late. Gotta clean that up. Trying to drive not so aggressively this time out, but more about getting down something consistent. And hopefully figuring out these last 2 corners that I've been derping. Like this one. DRS, go! What? Oh no, that's his current time. I was like, he didn't just clock a 1:15.9, did he? Clocks a 1:15.9 in Bahrain. He must have found a shortcut somewhere. Bit off camber, but reeled it back. So he clocked another 1:45. Also haven't been doing a really good job listening to the engine. I need to do that. Go. Holy shnikes, I beat Vettel's time. Yee-hoo! Now the car's starting to get light on fuel also, so but I'm pretty. This is gonna be my last lap because I just don't need to put in that many more practice laps. I need to figure out if these guys completed the ERS acclimatization program so that they can set the battery charging at the right level, because it was definitely off in Australia. Who is this Weber? I see Weber's name and I keep... No. Ooh, that's that being overly aggressive and not being able to reel it back before it's too late. Oh, you were definitely all over him, though. Come Come on, Weber, you should not be holding me up. Oh, there's the trail breaking right there. That ate him up coming down the inside. Totally unfortunate that it took a crisis like that for me to get that ability back together. DRS, go! There we go. We are smoking frickin' Vettel's times now. Alright, let's go ahead and take it back to the paddock. I just don't have a warm fuzzy that those guys got the ERS. Now, that may have been the DRS program complete alert that I got. Maybe it says it in ERS management.
We have a number of programs to run during these practice sessions. You can check the details in the car
I
monitor.
thought, did I
We've
not?
got good data for both the race and factory
fucking
teams,
A.
so they're well worth running.
That makes me angry. So that whole time I wasn't running the ERS program because I forgot to hit the program select. Great. Let's do this. Whoa, whoa, whoa. This might be, I mean, so I'm running the increased downforce
This is
tuning.
the ERS management test. Hit the target time whilst managing your battery charge.
I'm
The more
beating
efficiently
Vettel's
you use
times.
energy throughout the lap, the higher you will score. Remember that you can change your ERS deployment settings via the MFD.
I'm hoping I don't have to do that. I really don't want to have to mess with that. I think I'm starting to figure these corners out. I think I'm also getting trail braking figured out. Actually helps with the slight elevation changes on some of these turns. Norris. So he's another guy out of... what are you doing? So there's a bit of this that bothers me because it feels like the AI cars kind of smurf it on the practice rounds, and they come up with times that are not really representative of, and then all of a sudden during qualifying they like come in with lap times that are like 3 seconds better, which just completely throws me off. Oh, I should definitely clock a 1:43.778 easy. I mean, I clocked a sub 1:40 in my first few laps.
That's not good enough. Try using lower deployment modes to save energy.
Really? Really? I was trying to give him the inside. Great. How do I... Okay, ERS. How do I cycle down to the ERS setting? Yeah, I don't know. I don't understand how to operate this MFD. Okay, there we go. Try using a lower. I mean, I guess the only thing I can do is flip. Just run it low and see if that improves things. I don't even... My problem is I don't even know exactly what he's looking for, wanting me to do. So the question is, that percentage in the lower right-hand corner, does that need to be higher or lower?
Your pace is too slow, make sure to adjust your ERS
Great.
mode to find the balance between speed and energy management.
Now, I don't know if my speed was too low on that lap because I've got the wing damage. Or just because I got into that guy and got held up. Nice, I like that line that I cut coming out of that long right-hander. Last lap to get it right, otherwise I gotta rerun the ERS program again.
Take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
Yeah, some of those comments seem like they come in way late. I'm gonna go and take it back to the paddock. I'm wondering, I may have done what I needed to do on that last lap.
Car repairs have set us back a little.
Now, there's only 22 seconds remaining in the session, but I did complete the ERS management program, so that's good. I would have liked to have run 2 programs during the session, but that's fine. And that's a wrap.
The session has drawn to a close, so let's review our top 3. King, Vettel and Charles Leclerc. What an incredible practice session. The fun doesn't stop here though. Join us again as the rest of the weekend
138.533.
unfolds.
Now, me being at the top after any session is something that happens never. Alright, still not enough for the next advancement that I want to make. I don't even know what that was moving. I guess that was my reputation with current team that went up a bit. Practice session 2, no messages. Very good.
I know it's tempting to focus entirely on the race, but we should put a bit of time aside to run the qualifying sim program. Try to run it before the end of FP3 if you can.
Alright, alright.
Okay, here's something to remember about this circuit. Turns 9 and 10 are very tricky. Ignore 9 almost entirely, stay in the middle and take it straight so that you're set up for 10. If it gives you problems, remember that it's all about exit speed out of 10. Don't try and carry too much momentum into the apex, as you'll just understeer off into the sand.
Okay, I will keep that in mind. Alright, let's figure out what practice program we're going to run. Hey, what's going on, Token? How you doing, man? Thanks so much for swinging by the live stream. I appreciate you. Let me give you your announcement, your herald.
Okay, the circuit is
Hope you enjoyed that. You got the big one. So yeah, anybody who comes into the live stream and pops into the chat gets their own little soundboard to herald their arrival. How you been doing, man? That was a good shoot today, huh?
To view current strategy and race objectives, press the MFD button to open the multifunction display, and then press it again to cycle through till you reach the strategy and objective screen.
Alright, so we're going to run the fuel management program. I did the ERS management in the last practice session. I'm going to stick with the... What is it doing here? Why is it saying custom setup? I'm going to stick with the increased downforce setup that I ran last practice session. Didn't hear you in a voice chat with a friend of mine. Oh, no, man. I said congratulations on the good shoot today.
From time to time, I'll ask you if you want to change to a new strategy, or if there are any particular car adjustments you would like made in the pit stop. When I do so, a prompt will appear on the MFD, showing how...
Alright, so we've got the increased downforce car tune setup going. We're going to run the fuel management program, and I'm not going to dork with the tire selection, so I'm on the mediums. Let's run it. So Evan says, ha, I'm glad I just stuck it out, and thanks. Yeah, man. Yeah, with some of those things, much like is the case with me here with Formula 1. Oh, snap, I didn't realize it was a nighttime session. Sometimes I guess it's one of those things, and I used to go shooting to the range all the time. I generally prefer shooting at an indoor range. When I lived in Mississippi, we had to go to an outdoor range in Alabama. But, like you said, it's not necessarily one of those things where you knock it out of the park every single time, but you just need to go
testing fuel
and
management
get
here, so try to
those
lift
solid
the
reps.
going into the corners. Don't be too aggressive on the power, but remember, you still have to beat the minimum lap time.
Yeah, I don't know how to drive like that, so I'm just going to drive the way that I normally do and see if the fact that I just generally underperform helps me with fuel conservation. Otherwise, I am going to have to try and take a slightly different driving style here in the second 2 laps. But yeah, I probably burn a crap ton of fuel because I am super aggressive on these corners. So I do need to remember that I'm on the medium tire compound this time, whereas my first practice session I was on the hard compound. So the car's going to have a little bit more grip this time, maybe a little extra turn in. So Token, you gaming tonight at all, man? Or are you kind of taking the night off? Oh, I ate your lunch in Australia, Kubica. Don't you get in here and hold me up. No need for contact here in a practice round. Sit down! Yep, coming up through the back street. Just got asked to play some Overwatch. Oh, sweet, dude. Poor fuel saving. Alright. That. Keep doing that.
Mind that front wing. It'll need replacing if it takes too much damage.
Tell this guy in front of me to stay out of the way. Maybe what I need to do is not stomp on the throttle coming out of some of these corners. Maybe that'll help. It bugs me though that I still gotta... I'm also a little bit obsessive with the fact that I had the best time.
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage.
Maybe what I'll try and do is coast a little bit on each corner. Gonna lurk and play a round or two with my buddy. Yeah, man, no doubt. Thanks so much for swinging by and hanging out, and I do appreciate the lurk. Seriously? Really don't know how I'm supposed to still cut a good lap time. Now I think...
That lap was no good. We need you to improve on that.
Come on, man. Can I change the fuel mixture? Doesn't look like it. I don't really know how. I mean, like, I don't know what I have to do to improve my fuel conservation here. Other than, like, come to a complete stop. Because anytime... Yeah, there's no way. I'm just going to run it out. Some of these progression programs still make me angry. Because they're, like, impossible to actually complete successfully. Now, do I still have front wing to... Yeah. Like, I have not been in the green or the purple at any point. Well, and I wonder if it's because I'm running with increased downforce, so I'm always going to be burning more fuel than the normal fuel curve because of the increased downforce. I'm still revving the engine high, it's just that the downwing is keeping me from being as fast as I normally would. So here's what I'm going to do. We're going to run this again, but I'm going to switch the car tuning setup. Yeah. We know. Okay, so...
So, we'd like to run the acclimatization program if you have a chance before qualifying.
Nope.
It'll give us a good indication of our relative pace and consistency.
So I guess... So which one of these will be the most fuel efficient, do I think? I'm going to try and run maximum top speed. Fuel load, aerodynamics, suspension geometry, suspension brakes,
Our
and
best lap
tires.
so far is a 1 minute 38.0.
So yeah, I'll run the max top speed setup, and then try the fuel management program again. Alright, so we got about maybe 15 to 25 minutes of flight time left in the live stream. Again, I've got that 8 o'clock-ish meeting, but the meeting's with Token, and he's overplaying Overwatch right now, so I may have a few extra minutes. Yeah, so now you know, fuel management's a little better, but I'm still not really in the green. Like, the only way I see it making that better is if I could actually get in and change the fuel mixture richness, which is normally something you can do in a racing simulation, but I didn't see any place to do that. Either in the MFD, front brakes, differential, ERS. Now, I also wonder, why don't I see... when I get somewhere where I have enough cognitive load to get in here and monkey with the settings. Nope. Okay, let's bump that up. No. Blasted. Cannot.
Okay, you weren't quite good enough that lap. Try again.
Yeah, I don't know why. I'm trying to change the ERS deploy, but it's not letting me change it. Ooh, easy, 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 easy. This MFD drives me a little bit nuts. It seems like it's really difficult to get in here and get into the settings, but where do I have wing damage from? Or is it because I came back to the paddock? Sorry. Hey, Ohio State of Mind, thanks so much for the follow. I do appreciate it. Thanks so much for swinging by the live stream. You're unfortunately catching me at not my finest hour as I am trying to flip and figure out how in the world I get better fuel management to complete the fuel conservation program during this practice session at Bahrain. So just out of curiosity, are you a Formula 1 fan or a fan of the F1 racing franchise by Codemasters, or did you just find the stream through some random scrolling and searching?
But there's still more to find. Keep at it.
So I have no idea why. I have no idea what I did differently. Oh, on that lap to actually get decent fuel conservation. Still trying to get in here and monkey with the ERS. Now, right now it's set at medium. It's showing me that I can... Yeah, it's frustrating. I cannot... I'm pushing right on the D-pad. I don't understand why everybody else seems to slow down so much in the corners. fact, I haven't been able to change that ERS deploy at all. I haven't been able to get it to go down or go up. Yeah, I cannot get that ERS deploy to change, and the only thing I was thinking that I could do to improve fuel conservation, if I can't change the fuel mixture, alright, whatever, I'm gonna take it. It's completed. I got the RPs out of it. Alright, 6 minutes left in this practice session, with laps taking about 1:40.
Our best lap so far is a 1:38.0.
Try to do the qualifying. How many laps is that? 3 laps. But if I'm going to do
We're
that,
top
I'm
of the
going
speed
to
trap,
run the increased downforce
324.8 kilometers per hour.
tune. I want to hurry up, hurry up, hurry up. Yep. Go, 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 go. Less than 5 minutes left in the session. Might just barely be enough for me to get in the 3 laps for the qualifying. Now what this will do is, again, it's not going to actually, I mean, I seriously doubt that I will actually, did we fix the wing damage? We did not fix the wing damage. I don't think that I will actually... I might actually complete this successfully, because I've already cut a lap time better than the target time in the first practice session. Now that's with the increased downforce cartoon setup. So that might actually be the car setup I need for this race. Now when I play on PC, normally the way it works is I do horrible at Australia. I just get my lunch taken. And then I start pulling it together in Bahrain and typically do better. Really surprised I didn't get a warning for cutting the track there. It's okay. Take it. Not good. Now I am on the soft tire compound, which it should have more grip. Fast sector 2. We'll take that. I will say, confidence is high. It's a lot higher than it was in Australia right now. And my disappointment in Australia was that I was up as high as 7th place, which would have had me in the points. I wound up finishing at 12th. 12th is still good.
Program complete and a job well done. We got some excellent data with that run, so come on back to the garage and I can talk you through the numbers.
Nice. Knocked it out in the first lap. I'd be happy about that. Okay, and we got the RPs from it. That's the most important thing.
And with
And
all
it
the
ends the
cars
session.
now over the line, let's see our top 3 again. King, Hamilton and Valtteri Bottas. Sadly, it's time to say goodbye as free practice is over. However, we'll be back shortly for more Formula 1 action.
No, this is good progression. I've only used up the first 2 practice sessions. I still have the 3rd.
Amazing performance out there.
Some time
I'm
with the
sure
press
you're
here.
pretty happy with that. You really went all out in practice today. Are you testing new components? You were flying in practice. Do you think you can carry this over to qualifying? Great. Well, that's everything.
Alright, so let's figure out what program we want to run for the final practice session. RPs! Reputation up. Also up with F with McLaren, Ferrari, Williams. I guess probably because of my times. No admin to attend to here. We'll just go on to practice session 3. Alright, so we are going to run the tire management program. We are going to stick with the car setup. Put me on the soft tires this time.
Okay, this is the only session that we've got left to complete our acclimatization program, so let's get out there.
Yeah, I don't want to run your acclimatization program. The statistical success rate on that is too low. But it's also always the program, I mean, through the past iterations on the PC, it's the program that I would run all the time. And again, would fairly come up bupkis with that. Again, really not certain exactly what I need to do well on the tire wear program. I guess what I'm going to do is I will try to not push the car too hard. Maybe come out of some of these corners not wailing away on the throttle, but I still got to make time, and that's the issue. Doing good right now, though. Trying to not utilize my normal tendency to just thrash the car and pray that it doesn't break. One of my questions is, do I need to, if I nail good tire wear in the first lap, is it going to make me drive the other two? I would just as soon use those for different engineering programs. Ooh, all over the inside of the track there. Good tire conservation right here. Maybe I can drive a little bit conservatively. But the question is, am I still going to make good lap time? So I'm okay on lap time right now, I think.
Okay, test complete, and that was a very good job indeed. We got a lot of valuable information out of that.
Thank you, thank you. Let's go ahead and take it back to the paddock. Not spend a bunch of extra time out on the track if I don't need to. Oof. Oh, no. I finished the fuel management one. I hadn't really considered that. I'm so unaccustomed to actually having successfully completed the practice programs.
Your drag reduction system, or DRS, allows you to gain speed on certain straights. We call these areas the DRS zone. You can use your DRS in these areas at will during practice and qualifying, but in the race, DRS is only available if you're within 1 second of the car in front. The bar at the bottom of your MFD will fill up as you approach the DRS zone, and once it starts flashing, press the DRS button.
Alright. Now this is the practice program that really aggravates me. I did successfully complete it in Australia, though. And I will say, if I get it here, then I will... Oh, flip. That might be Token, who may have just popped free from his... Hey, Andres and John. I'm not sure exactly how to pronounce that. If I'm pronouncing that incorrectly, maybe you can type the phonetic spelling of that into the chat for me. What I struggle with more than anything on this acclimatization program is being off speed for some of these gates. Nope, you're gonna miss that one. Andres, John, thanks so much for swinging by the live stream. I do apologize that while I'm driving, it's a little difficult for me to sometimes fully engage with every line of chat. I will definitely catch up in between sessions and laps, however. Ah, you threw the car. Gotta settle down and focus more on the accuracy of hitting these gates. Rather than worrying about the best lap time.
Seems like we're a bit slow in these corners. Turn 4, turn 8, turn 10, turn 12.
Barely caught that one. DRS. Yeah, nope, I'm not sure exactly what you're saying. JSON69. Too slow on that gate.
This is the last lap of the program, final lap of the program.
Flippin' A.
Program complete. These results will do, although you could definitely do better. Consider giving it another shot.
All right.
So far, our fastest lap is a 1 minute 40.4. We're fifth in the speed trap, 311.2 kilometers per hour.
So I don't know if Jason69 was clowning or what, but I didn't have time for any shenanigans. So again, I'm trying to tag up with FM Gaming and see if he still wants to tag up right about now. In the meantime, so much time. We've got 11 minutes left in this session. So we probably have time to run one more practice program. The only thing left is the race strategy program, which requires 5 laps. So we'll go ahead and try and knock that out. I am not exactly certain what the objective is of the race strategy, other than do I just need to put down 5 laps so they can get enough telemetry to make plans for pit stops. Perez. Ooh, he's quick. Had to kind of outbrake him and block him down. Car had much better turn in that time on that downhill right-hander. Better performance on that 120-degree turn as well.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
So yeah, I think all I have to do is basically complete 5 laps here. I don't think I need to do anything more special than that. A little bit outside the racing line there, so I backed off on the speed just a tad. Definitely starting to get more comfortable with that corner. Yeah, there's definitely some tracks that I take more of a shine to, and this is one of them. Definitely more so than Australia. Ooh. My nuisance, like, got something wrong with this car. Usually my favorite tracks are the British Grand Prix, so whether it's at Silverstone or Donington.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
Really aggressive on that series of corners. Just wailing all over the brakes. And stomping on the throttle. Ooh, overshot it. Paying the price for being too aggressive there. So he's another Formula 2 driver who just came up along with me last season into Formula 1. think he's going to give me some difficulty getting by.
Great lap. You've nailed what we asked for. Keep it up.
Whoa! Is that Bottas coming out of the pit lane there? Almost caused an accident. I didn't even see him till I was right up alongside of him. Come on, hold it together. Had to kind of stomp on it. I wanted to be a little more conservative coming off the curb there, but I didn't want Perez to catch up and be in my way with me trying to come back onto the track. So I've also met the target score, which was 50. Team threw that out as an additional challenge when I successfully completed the practice program on the first lap. Felt pretty spot on. I don't think I'm going to get thrown any additional challenges.
Okay, super job so far. We're getting great data. Stay focused.
I am scoring. Okay. So one of my questions was, did I have the ability to score additional points if I stayed out on the track? That appears to be the case. So I'll go ahead and complete the 5th lap, stay out on the track, collect up whatever additional RPs I can. Contributed towards advancing the vehicle in R&D. Yeah, I let the car get a little too wide there, so I had to back off on how aggressive I wanted to be coming out of the S-turn and going into the actual corner. Wonder how far off Vettel's pace I am. Got distracted trying to see what his split time was. 3 seconds over his time. .38.713. Nah, those just weren't my best lap times.
It's time to remind ourselves of our top 3, who are Vettel, King, and Valtteri Bottas. And that's it. Practice is officially over. Until next time, goodbye.
To his server. Yeah, it doesn't look like my 8 o'clock is going down on time, so we're going to keep putting more time in here. Ooh. Tangled up. There we go. So we'll be able to put some of those points towards knocking out another R&D advancement. Qualifying round is a flying lap. I need to keep that in mind. Weather continues to be dry. Chassis factory quality control. Alright, so I think I'm going to continue down this path. Next I can. 600 RPs required. Nothing else to change there. Alright, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to step away for 1 second. And then and put you guys on the BRB screen, and then I'll be right back to go ahead and knock out the qualifying round. So it's kind of like last man standing. I'm pretty sure that I'm faster than him in a straightaway. I want to say I gotta be, right? With all the upgrades. So what this really is a matter of is, can I beat him down this backside straight before we get, and hit my brakes early enough to safely enter turn 1. Oh, I took it too far. So he gave me the outside in move. So Hooligan, are you done for the night, or are you taking a break and then going back to live streaming? So it was my first time, so I could get let me get enough of come on no. Let me get enough for trying to keep up with chat in the midst of this racing game. Oh man. And I, for one, the morning keeps coming around and going, is this a straightaway? I need to catch up on chat. Alright, so here we go. Break is over. And I didn't realize as I walked away that I actually put my Rockstar here. Is literally like half the can was off the table. Could have been very bad. Fortunately tonight I don't have the surge protector sitting right underneath it. That would have been quite exciting.
Bahrain qualifying is
Nighttime
nearly upon us, so the drivers
in
look as if
Bahrain.
they're all geared up to go. I expect we'll be getting underway very shortly.
And my biggest
When it comes
problem
to getting
is
lap time out of this circuit, it's traditionally been about maximising top speed. Do you simply remove as much downforce as possible, hang on into the corners and max out down the straights?
The teams will have arrived with all manner of parts designed to capitalise on the long straights. The cars will be that much harder to drive in the corners, but everyone will be in the same boat.
so that's a little concerning because I'm tuned in the exact opposite direction. Alright. That says that I'm on a custom setup. I don't know why it says that. Tire selects, we are on the soft compound. Getting a little wear and tear on some of the mechanical components. We've got the actual race gearbox installed. Hope I set this thing up correctly. Just really disappointing about this is like it can be no mistake with one shot. If you derp it, that's it. Seems to be less traction on the track tonight. That's the biggest problem, is when you're thrown out on the track for one-shot qualifying and something about track conditions or something gives the track a different feel. I definitely don't feel like I'm on pace right now. So I played it a little more conservative on that long right-hander than I have been. I started the turn in too early. Not sure how this is going to wind up.
Fantastic. You've got pole.
Best time too is
We're all
1:35
ready for
something.
tomorrow's race, but before we begin, let's have a quick look at those who will be fronting the grid. King, Leclerc, and Lewis Hamilton.
I
With
don't know how in the
qualifying
world that
complete,
happened.
All that remains is the main event. We'll be live and uninterrupted for the Grand Prix tomorrow.
I was
so make
certain
sure
I
you
was going to
join us
get. I
then.
was going to be lucky to cut a 1:37. Big ups. Yeah, I think these guys have gotten really deeply involved in their Overwatch match. And I don't think we're going to wind up having that stream team meeting. So, what I'm going to do, what we're going to do in the stream is we're going to go ahead and knock out the race, and that should take us up to about 9 o'clock. And then that'll be a good time to stand down. Hey, no problem. Token, that's cool. After this game, I'll hop off and jump in. Well, let me do this. So, I just finished qualifying in this round, and I got pole position. So, I'm going to go ahead and do the race, which... it's hard. I don't know exactly how long a race is. Let's say at least 15 minutes. And then I'll join up with you, if that works. I don't know if Token's still in the chat and can hear me. Alright, so yeah, the big thing is that gave me a leg up in the rivalry. I wasn't even thinking about where Albon was going to wind up. I don't think I've ever gotten to pole position in an F1 franchise game. That's huge.
Well done. That was a good qualifying performance.
Okay, alright. Thanks so much, Token. I appreciate you being flexible, man. Let me pound this down, and then I will rendezvous with you in Discord, and we can talk about Stream Team stuff. So we're going to put the ERS up for the start, get a good launch, and take it 1 quarter at a time from there. So it sounds like they possibly did make some adjustments in the car setup. Nothing that would break the Parc Ferme rules, but maybe ERS is something that you can screw around with. Ooh, a lot of pressure. I almost would have been happier being at the back of the grid.
There's something in the Bahrain air tonight, and I'm not just talking about the sand. Our brightest minds have thrust their brightest ideas into the spotlight of the Sakhir circuit this evening as we look ahead once more to a Grand Prix that has thrilled us so consistently in the past.
It
Formula
felt
One
to me
returns
like
the desert today on this exceptional
car had a little less
3.36
grip.
mile circuit.
Or it might be that it had a
15
little more
provide
grip.
Plenty of overtaking opportunities. It could be a strategic race, this one, with Sakhir notorious for eating up the rear tyres. Watch out for drivers managing their rubber at some point during the Grand Prix. Bahrain has showed us many times in the past, though, Anthony Davidson, that a good strategy will only take you so far. Beyond that, you need good racecraft and you need good consistency.
And a little bit of luck too, I'd say. This is one of those circuits where the safety car always seems to come out just at the right time to condense the field together and mix up the cars on different strategies. It's hard on brakes, it's tough on fuel, and the main overtaking opportunity is down into turn 1, where it's easy to outbrake your opponent and potentially have a bit of argy-bargy as well.
Before we begin, let's
Yeah, I
take a
can't
quick
afford
look
any
at the grid
argy-bargy.
lineup for today's race. King lines up on pole position with Charles Leclerc alongside. Looking down the rest of the grid, we have Hamilton, Vettel, Valtteri Bottas, and
Wow.
Verstappen, Gasly, Ricciardo, Grosjean, and Devon Butler. Norris, Raikkonen, Sergio Perez, and Stroll, Weber, Magnussen, Nico Hulkenberg, and George Russell. Kubica and Alexander Albon picks up the last spot on the grid. Now it's almost time to lights out, so let's go down to
My
the track.
teammate winds up in the last spot on the grid.
Okay, remember to protect the inside on the run down to turn 1. Make yourself as wide as possible, robust but fair.
Alright, let's check the race strategy. Oof. I don't really particularly want to do a two-stop strategy. That always seems like the slower way. But that is exactly what I'm going to do. Fine. Car set up has to remain the same. Let's go ahead and get the race started. Oof, Clark. Well, I think that was the best possible way I could have taken turn one. Drifted down to the outside of the turn, blocking off Leclerc. And maybe that was Hamilton who was coming up behind him. Or trying to overtake me on the left-hand side. I believe Bahrain is one of those tracks where if you get a lead, you can just start to walk away with it. Just because of the way traffic will bunch up.
Well done, mate. Nice start.
But then what I gotta do is I gotta hold on to it. This is what I mean. Feels like there's not as much grip. Fortunately, did not get a race director penalty for that. Clerk is all over my backside. Yep, there you go. You need to start braking just a tad bit early. There's something going on with racetrack temperature or something that's not giving me as much grip. Conserved the tires a little bit on that corner. Okay, so those guys are still playing Overwatch.
We're approaching the pit window. You'll be on the softs.
Oh! What? Oh, no. Come on. Come on. Pull it together. You started on pole. You were cutting the fastest lap times during all the practice sessions. Don't get nervous and blow this. Let's hold it together. Plus, you got a pit stop coming up. I think there is a combination. No, don't know. Nope, we're gonna be doing the flashback on that. Just because, like I said, I gotta get into this meeting, so I don't want to stand on pride and principle. I'm not sure what is going on here. That's one thing is it feels like the car is a lot faster.
Use the ERS deployment, please. We need to charge the battery.
Okay. What you gotta watch out in front is that everybody behind you is gonna have DRS enabled. You will not. Need to watch catching those curbs too much. Spinning the car. Got a good lead on the pack, but not so much that they are not a threat. Yeah, see, the turn-in just seems like it's not... I hope that something didn't get screwed up with the car setup that wound up being loaded. It just feels like my turn-in is not what it was. Again, that could be because of some track condition that is not giving me as much grip.
We're going to box this lap. Push hard on the in-lap. We're leading our teammate by 15.1 seconds.
Scary that Leclerc almost caught me there at that corner. And I don't know if it's just because there's so much traffic back there that's why. Because I would think with the way their cars were set up that they would be catching me on the straight.
Okay, remember to pit this lap.
Well, fortunately, thank goodness, because one of the things I sometimes struggle with in these games is like I don't always know and understand where the pit entrance is. And sometimes it's funky. Like this. Quick, quick, quick!
Go, go, go.
Good pit. Oof.
Okay, stay clear of the white line on the exit. We'll receive a penalty for dangerous driving if you cross over into the track.
Oh, come on, what is that? How can I built up that much speed just exiting frickin' the pit lane? I've got new tires on, so I have to be careful that they're not scuffed up yet, but I also have to drive super aggressively because what I have to do is make up all these places, if not get ahead before I pit again and these guys pit for their one time. Oh, come here, Kubica. What you gotta watch is you're gonna catch them in this corner because you're faster than them in the corners. Here we go, good pass, that's what you need to do. Ugh. Good, good, good. Not the best pass, but still not bad. Hulkenberg, you gotta watch this. Now again, one thing that you've got going for you is that I think I can put down a heck of a lot more throttle. No, you're not gonna.
damage.
Yeah, I just didn't realize how fast I was going and that he was going to turn in like that. Oh, come on, racking it with the outside in. Yeah, he was really trying to out-brake me there, smoking his tires. Oh!
Okay, take it easy on the car. We can't sustain this level of damage. Check your MFD for a new strategy option.
New strategy option. Oh, you can change the fuel mix, or at least you can during the race. Change strategy. I don't know.
Confirmed.
Okay. I don't know what that means. Oh! I guess they wanted, the point of you changing strategy was they wanted you in right now. Flip. If I had realized that, I would have stayed out. So hopefully what they're going to do is set me up so that this is my last pit. This was not really what I wanted.
Let's go now.
So please confirm.
Up to speed now. Let's get some heat into those tires.
So there's nobody behind. Ugh, frack! Yeah, I don't understand. It catches me off guard coming out of the pit like that. So what I'm going to choose to believe and how I'm going to drive is I'm going to choose to believe that they brought me in early but gave me enough fuel to go the remaining 7 laps. Still got a heck of a lot of work to do. To make up all these positions. I don't think there's any way that I get back all the way up to first. I mean, unless everybody literally needs to pit still. Which could be the case. I mean, you would think... nope. Flashback. I don't have time to monkey with that. But you do have to watch catching those curbs. Got it again. Teammate is in the pits.
Alexander is in the pits. Alexander in the pits.
So if everybody else is pitting this lap, and I am coming back around on this front straight right now. So if I can... Come on, come on, come on, come on. No, everybody's coming out. Oh! Nope, that didn't do it. I came out. I'm still in flipping 18th. That was a good pass. After a lot of violent crime here, passing people throughout the rest of the race. I feel like I'm faster than a lot of the pack, but the big problem is...
Car ahead is coming to fit the mediums. Car ahead, now running medium tires.
More wing damage. Gosh! I just have not gotten down that all these guys, when they brake, they're braking way sooner and harder than I am. Come on, Russell. Get off. Get off.
Gap to car in front is 2.2 seconds.
Now, if my best lap speeds have been about 2 seconds faster than everyone else, with about 6 laps to go, I might eat 12 seconds out of the pack. I might get back up to third. Fastest lap. The question is whether or not anybody else still needs to pit. And if I can keep from sustaining any more wing damage and getting into the back of anyone else.
Teammate behind is 5.4 seconds.
I need to set decent expectations too. I know part of the reason I'm a bit stressed is because I started this race on pole, and so you have high desires to we'll just chalk some of this up to being an inexperienced driver. That cost me. I went wide.
A new strategy is available on the MFD.
They want to bring me in for another pit. If they want to bring me in for another pit, I believe I'm going to say no, and I'm just going to stay out for the remaining 5 laps. I think even with the wing damage, I'm still stops 3, lap 9. Or stick with a 2-stop strategy and don't come in.
Got that confirmed.
I hope you guys gave me enough fuel. I'll deal with the car. I mean, I don't think they would have given me the option for a 2-stop strategy if I'd been fuel short. So again, part of what I need to think about is the fact that I came in 12th. I'm in 12th now, so even if I just stay here...
Okay, you have wing damage. This will be a major performance impact unless you box for a new one.
Nope. I don't think it's as much impact as you guys think it is. Frackin' A. Wind that back. So like I said, I need to caveat my expectations and where I want to wind up with feeling like I should finish on pole because I started in first. But like I said, if I keep my expectations reasonable, given the team that I'm driving for, just getting into points will be big. Still have 3 laps to go. I believe I'm in the points now.
There's 4 laps of fuel remaining.
Good, that's enough. And I might even catch a few more people. Really don't mean to be doing that, but it's just everybody's I'm bad at predicting everybody's racing line. Nope, don't do that. I'm in the 6th, so I'm definitely in the points. Now I feel like car performance is falling off. It's almost like the wing is starting to impact me more now. Nope, you do not. Nope, you do not. Try and make an adjustment here with fuel mix. Make the fuel mix rich. Oh yeah, you've got heavy wing damage now. So I've increased my fuel mixture. I hope that I still have enough to make it the 2 remaining laps. Trying to give myself a little extra speed. Yeah, I'm really having to nurse the car around these corners.
3 laps of fuel remaining.
It's hopefully enough. Yeah, I'm really feeling it on the left-handers. Getting a lot more condensation here hovering over the track. Now we got to see if the increase in the fuel mixture had the results that I want. Well, really flew out of that exit. So yeah, the increased fuel mixture may be helping with the acceleration. Could be what I need if in general I'm having to negotiate the turns a little more slowly. Sixth position might be the best that I can do. Again, I could complain about that given my landing on pole, but I'm not. Coming in 6th down from 12th would be perfectly fine in my rookie year in Formula 1. Just really can't get the car to stay inside here. I do only have to finish this lap in one more. Are gaining some room on Magnussen here. Don't know if I'm catching Verstappen. Huh. No. I don't even see him on radar. Final lap, let's hold it together.
Less than a lap of fuel now. The tank is empty.
Oof. Man, if I run out of gas, if I run out of gas, we're doing this whole race over. I cannot have fought as hard as I have to... just to toss it on an empty fuel tank. DRS, CRS is charging well. Ah, flippin' A. It's fine, let it go, let it go. Shanghai is next. Oh, the car's out of fuel. No! No, come on!
Okay, pick up rubber and bring it home.
10th. I'll take that.
Great effort there.
Could have wound up in 20th.
Tell me, Ant, how did they manage to achieve this win?
I think that smart tyre management on track and very smooth driving definitely
I probably
assisted
should
in
have
their
reduced the
victory
fuel
today.
oil mixture.
That combination meant they got the absolute maximum out of their
But for now, I
tyres at
think my
all
friend
times.
Slay of Dark is going to come into the chat
Here come
here.
our winners now.
After
a
his
thrilling
Overwatch
race and a
matches, I'll be right
tremendous
back. Gonna
effort
get
by
something
Ferrari.
to drink.
Their history is well known, so it's no surprise to fans the world over to see them come out on top once again.
Cool token. This is gonna come into the chat here. So I was gonna hop off and meet you in Discord, but just let me know what you want to do. Maybe you sent me something in Discord here.
Let's have a look then at the drivers' standings. Well, the gap at the top of the championship has been cut down after a difficult race today for our championship leader. Let's focus on the driver of the day, Anthony Davidson. Who do you pick?
Well, I certainly didn't have any complaints with Kevin Magnussen's performance today. Incredible driving.
It's time to see how things are shaping up in the Constructors' Championship. No change in the
Yeah, I
top
should've
spot.
freaking
With
beaten
today's
Magnussen.
points, their hold on the lead is getting weaker. Meanwhile, Toro Rosso's strong weekend allows them to continue their march up the table. I'm equal parts exhausted and elated with this weekend of Formula One.
I did get into
Be
the
sure to
points
join
though.
us
That's
for the next one.
better than nothing. I really gotta learn how to stay off of the AI bumpers though. That wing damage. Like I said, two things I'm doing badly: the wing damage and cutting corners. And the wing damage cost me this race. So I'm gonna hang on for Token to come back in, and if he wants to pop
Great
off and get into
workout there
Discord
today.
chat, I
Let's
will
have your
shut down the
thoughts.
live stream and go do that. But he seems like he said he had a
That
buddy
race
coming
put
in
you
here,
ahead
so
of your old F2 teammate in the championship. How competitive are the two of you? You and Devon weren't far apart by the end of the race. How evenly matched are you? You really looked in control of your car out there. Your team must be thrilled. Do you have any comments about the collisions? Appreciate your time.
okay. So I'm pretty sure I'm winning the rivalry. Yep, up 11-7 now. Still cannot select a third rival. Should have enough resource points to make that one progression that I wanted to. Yep. Ooh. Ooh, plus another 600 RP? I gotta check that. So should I be... I think I'm at 1600 now.
Excellent result today. Finishes like that will look good on your contract reviews. On to the next one.
Alright, fine. I did finish better than Alexander, by the way. Are you giving me ish? Oh, 50% resource point bonus for races. Right, so I'm beating Alexander. R&D. Oh, nah. I was hoping that that bonus 600 was added on to the 1093. It is not. So we'll work powertrain next. I'll work on the quality control there as well before I worry about the advancements. So that's 500, which I just barely don't have right now. On to Shanghai. Complete 8 practice programs. Really? In the next 2 weeks? So same number of tires. Moved up to 13th in the Constructor Championships. Or in the Driver Championships, rather. Dry conditions predicted. The durability department's morale is poor. Okay, so we can see the progression uptick after the second race weekend. And I can see my placement progression, 12th to 10th. So yeah, so we're under imminent threat of wrapping up the live stream in a minute here. Just trying to see what the team wants to do about meeting up. We'll go ahead and push it a bit further in a few minutes. Probably no later than the next 20 minutes or so. I got to take a break and let the dog out for a little bit anyway, and maybe grab some coffee.
Welcome to China as we head into the Shanghai International Circuit. An intense circuit, this one, marrying both high-speed straights with technical corners. It makes a track that's both fun
Chinese
from a
Grand
spectator's
Prix
standpoint and very challenging from a driver's. Now then, Anthony Davidson, there's been a lot of talk over the last few weeks about track limits. How much is too much when you're
let's see.
cutting corners and running wide? What are your thoughts on this? And do you think we'll be seeing drivers pushing those limits this weekend?
Well, I'd be disappointed if we didn't, frankly. If race control want to clamp down on drivers wandering off the track, then it's up to them to police it. As a driver, you're being paid to get your car around the circuit as quickly as possible, don't forget. So if you're not pushing those limits, if you're ignoring the advantageous line, then you're not doing your job properly. Now, I agree that, we have these white lines there for a reason, and we do want to see those limits enforced, but for me, it's not a driver's responsibility to do that.
Let's see. All right, everybody. Well, that is going. Hey, what's up, man? So,
At some point before qualifying, let's get our track
so yeah, Ticket, I'm going to go ahead and shut down the stream and then hop into Discord with you. So for everybody who happened to swing by and joining the live stream, thank you very much. For those who popped the follow, I appreciate you as well. If you happen to be watching the archive version of this on the YouTube channel, Rounding Off Infinity, you are also appreciated. Please feel free to like the video. Please feel free to like the video and subscribe to the channel so you know whenever I post new content or whenever I go live on YouTube. Again, if you're watching the archive version of this, I'm gonna hop off for a little bit, grab some coffee, let the dog out, talk to my boy Token real quick. Then I will be back on later on tonight to run this entire race weekend, the Grand Prix of China in Shanghai. So that'll probably be another 2.5 hour live stream. So if you want to pop back in about 30 minutes to an hour maybe, I should definitely be back on by then. So until next time, happy hunting, take care of yourself, stay safe out there, play the games that you like and stream the games that you love. Once again, my name has been Agasically Stamus, aka Game Logic, from the Rounding Off Infinity Gaming channel on YouTube and the E2KG Network podcasting channel on YouTube. That's going to do it for me. Good night, good luck, and good gaming. I'm out.